who's ready to ride with me on another trip down memory lane? Because time for another comic collection video, and this set of books is, I don't know, just filled with a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of memories, recent books, some older books, and, well, some older books, but they were more, not recent actually, these are several years old. But I got variants in here, as well as several books that I would file under good recommendations. So I would definitely be tossing those out if you're looking for recommendations for certain things. So if you're ready for that. And we're going to start with Casanova. This is Avaricia number 3. This is from Icon, Marvel's kind of independent imprint. I don't even know if they're still active. I have no idea what's going on with Icon lately or in recent years at all. But this is Matt Fraction and Gabriel Ba's Casanova. Now, there are several different series and they all have different titles. This is the 3rd issue of Avaricia, which I'm pretty sure probably means avarice. So, I don't know, I saw it one day, like years ago, I think it was $1. Like Matt Fraction, Gabriel Ba, and I wanted to read more Casanova stuff because I like those two creators, so I picked it up. And this was, and I don't even know if I even got the rest of Avaricia. I have a bunch of random Casanova stuff that I pick up when I find it cheap usually. But there it is. And we jump into more Fraction. Here is Hawkeye, number 12, with Francesco Francavilla on the art. This was, how many Hawkeye series did he have? I think this was that one Hawkeye series that kind of put him on a map. And like that, this kind of modern solo hero stories, but I think Francavilla just kind of filled in for an issue with I forgot who the main artist had been before that, but that was a good series as well. So if you like Hawkeye, I just want to read a cool series, definitely go check out that series. And another strong recommendation, this is final issue, Journey into Mystery 655. This series finished off with a strong run of stories with starring Sif, who is absolutely fantastic in this, and Catherine Immerman, Valerio Schiti, and Jordi Belair were absolutely fantastic. Got Beta Ray Bill in here as well, and absolutely love this. I didn't like before this Sif run. It was a series of stories with Loki, I think Kid Loki actually, and I didn't care for that as much. But let me tell you, these Sif stories were absolutely fantastic. I also got a cover by Jeff DeCal, who at the time I didn't even know who he was, but I've kind of seen his name more and more in recent years. So shout out to him. But yeah, this was just a fantastic run, and Sif was cool as hell. So definitely go check that out if you like Sif or just some other Asgardian type stuff without that don't involve Thor in the starring role. So. And then Uncanny X-Men, here is Uncanny X-Men 8, Bendis, Bacalo, and Townsend, Bacalo. That was another good, strong X-Men series, and just fantastic creative team as well. You got Cyclops, Magneto there. I mean, what more can I say? And here is Wolverine and the X-Men. This is the Hellfire Saga. So you had Quentin, was it Quagmire? Or am I making that up? Quentin Quire, never mind. Kid Omega. And just, oh my gosh, it was like the rebirth of a new Hellfire Club, and just issue 35. I think it went to 41 or 42. It was that was definitely, I forgot, I think so. So 5 there, and then yeah, the next arc must have finished that series up. That was a good run too. And here is New Avengers number 9, Hickman, Deodato, and Martin. This is part of Infinity. So we got Thanos there, and then what was it, his Black Order? But this was, oh my gosh, I feel like a lifetime ago reading this stuff. Infinity. And Captain Marvel number 5, Terry and Rachel Dodson here, Kelly Sue DeConnick, Emma Rios, and Jordi Belair. Now that's a star-studded creative team there. And then Terry and Rachel Dodson cover there. Whew, Captain Marvel, that was good. And then X-Men Legacy 273. This is actually near the end of that run. So I wonder if because I have a couple copies of 275, which was the last issue. But I know it has the cover by Mark Brooks. So I think I have that signed. I do have it signed. I just don't know if it's still in here. I might have kept it separate still. And Uncanny X-Men. Wait, what issue is that? That was 8. So yeah, it was going to be jumping around quite a bit. But here is, we got Bendis, Irving, and Anka on this one. I wonder, they must have just split that. Cyclops, Emma Frost, and Magic there. Thunderbolts. This is the cover by Julian Totino Tedesco, who is a dope cover artist. Charles Soule and Phil Noto on the art. This is number 13. This had Red Hawk, Elektra, Punisher, Deadpool, and I don't know if Deadpool was there the whole time, but who else was with him? I think there was one or two other people with them, but that was a fun little run too, because you had Elektra and Punisher's little romance, and then Punisher against the team towards the end of the series. I don't know if it finished the series like that, but it was cool. And then here is Uncanny Avengers. We had Kang here, and there was a whole lot going on with this. This is Age of Ultron tie-in. Ugh, Age of Ultron was awful. Uncanny Avengers number 8. I'll tell you, Age of Ultron, that was an absolute mess. I have all 10 issues of those, but I gave them away to somebody who wanted some comics for Christmas. Not like, oh hey, here's a shitty comic, but like maybe they would have found some enjoyment out of it, because I clearly didn't. And that was just a mess. Anyways, Avengers number 12. We got a whole lot going on here. This one, so yeah, more Hickman stuff. And a lot of people, I don't know, some people didn't like Hickman on the Avengers, but some people don't like Hickman at all. I've seen quite a few comments on that. Then here is Superior Spider-Man, which was dope with Doc Ock. And there was just a whole lot that came out of there, plus a cool costume. I like his Superior Spider-Man costume. Oh yeah, David Aja. But there's number 3. Fraction Aja and Hollingsworth on there. Oh, such a fantastic series. I have the first issue of that signed as well by Fraction. And did David sign that one too? I don't remember. And then here is Daredevil. And you can't go wrong with Daredevil. Seriously, dude has had just some strong runs over the years. The ending, like towards the end of his original series, it kind of went off the rails a little bit. But after that, you had the Bendis and Maleev on. Oh wait, was that? Yeah, he did do that. I don't know how much that went down, but Bendis did a lot of that one. That was a good run, and then all the shorter series after that were just constant hits. So it's hard to go wrong with Daredevil. And here is Uncanny X-Men 6. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be all over the place. I thought it just might have been sorted, but clearly I went from Hawkeye to Daredevil, so this was not sorted. So that's okay, because I can sort it afterwards. Here is Avenging Spider-Man. I don't even remember how many issues this went, but Marco Cicchetto on this one, who is crazy dope. And I like the eyes there on the Spider-Man costume. We got Chameleon there, and then more Daredevil. Here comes Daredevil, the man without fear, number 26. Yeah, this is all over the place. And then there's another issue of Journey into Mystery. Back in action with Beta Ray Bill. Number 652. I'm telling you, this was... Sif. They put Sif through it. She was... Oh, man, that was great. New Avengers number 6. Hickman, Epting, Magyar, and Armada. The Armada got the... what's the word I'm looking for? Cabal. Not Cabal, but... Oh my god, I forgot the word I'm looking for. Whatever. Like all those characters with Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and this is fantastic. This is actually probably before they shot Hawkeye into space. But there's Thunderbolts number 1. Oh yeah, so it had Agent Venom on there, that's right. But yeah, number 1, Thunderbolts, Daniel Wade. I didn't like Steve Dillon though. I never liked his art. But it was a good book. And here is X-Men 39. Got Domino there. Wolverine and the X-Men, number 30. It was prelude to the Hellfire Saga. Got Beast and Little Brood. I forgot his name. Astonishing X-Men 37. There's more Daniel Way. We got Sarah Pacelli on there too. Sonya Obak. I don't know where she's been. I haven't seen her name on anything recently. Astonishing X-Men 38. Avengers Finale. Get this one signed by Bendis years ago. So right after Avengers 401, I think was might have been, no wait, it was 403 or something like that, because I had 400 was had a couple, two different covers, and then I don't know what happened after that. There's Cage #1, first issue collector's item, unleashing the power. Marvel's hottest action hero returns. Get a new costume in this one. I don't know how many issues this ran. 1992. That's a newsstand cover. And then Captain Marvel, Secret Invasion tie-in. I only got this one just because I like the cover, but I never actually cared for, or I didn't actually know much about this Captain Marvel, so he was just kind of some dude. To me, I didn't really just care that much. And then my main man, Carnage, Zeb Wells and Clayton Crane here. Ooh-wee. Carnage getting some action. And so that was #4. There's #5 of 5. I had the first issue signed by Clayton Crane. Maybe Zeb Wells too. I feel like I met him. Not sure. And speaking of signed issues, and another one of my favorite stories, Civil War #1, signed by Steve McNiven and Dexter Vines. I met Mark Millar before, but this was before I met him before this book came out. It was I was way back in my convention days, early convention days. I was volunteering at Wizard World Chicago Comic Con. I forgot what it was called at the time, but he was there, and like, he was just a guest there, and they were looking for him to do a signing. And I remember somebody calling out, looking for him, and like, no, Mark Millar, he's already gone. He's on the plane headed home. And I just saw him like walking around, and I was like, yo, Mark, I was like, they're looking for you. He's like, oh. I was like, yeah, I guess you're supposed to do a signing, but they said you're on your way home. I was like, no, I'm just hanging out. So he was just kind of walking around, and like, half people thought he was gone. He's supposed to be due for a signing. He's like, oh, okay. But yeah, that was cool. He's a cool guy. So there's #1, and then here's #2. But again, like, this is one, I just love reading the story. I actually want the trade, so I don't have to keep reading through the single issues. Like, keep pulling them out for that. But yeah, it was so good. I wish this should have been, it should have never been a Captain America movie. There's #4, 3, and 4. It should have legit been an Avengers movie, because it was like Avengers. This should have been Avengers 3 or whatever. And there's 5. Got Bullseye in there. 6 and 7. That I kind of covered there. I think I have some of the. I don't know if I have any of the variants anywhere. I'm not sure. And then I don't know. Some of you may remember this series from, what is this? 89. Damage Control. When the superheroes need help, they call Damage Control. So there's #1. I think this was the first volume. 2 and 3. So this Damage Control was the company that would come clean up after a superhero battle, whatever, whenever there was damage from some superheroic, supervillain action. Damage Control would come clean it up. And I think, didn't Dwayne McDuffie have something to do with this one? I can't remember. There's #4. And then this was way back when I was doing a whole bunch of back issue shopping at conventions. I was finding all type of books for $0.25, 50 cents, and I was just picking up all kinds of cool stories and just random stuff. So that's why some of them are newsstand edition and some are direct edition, because that was when I still didn't care as much. I hadn't made the decision to go for straight direct editions for everything in my collection. And speaking of Daredevil, as I talked about before, this was after they re-picked up on the numbering, renumbering, whatever. So it's 511, and here is 512. I like that cover. This was going into Shadowland, which I was digging, but then I think they didn't stick the landing on it, and it kind of was disappointing. Because if you read Shadowland, you probably understand what I'm saying. But it was just good and had a lot of tie-ins, not a lot of tie-ins, but it was a cool story. And then the ending with Daredevil and the Demon and whatever. But here is Dark Avengers #7, part of Utopia. Got that signed by Matt Fraction. As well as that one, #8. And this one, what is this? Oh, this is the Dark Avengers Dark Avengers, Uncanny X-Men Exodus, one shot. This is a conclusion. I think there was there an issue like a one shot beginning of this story? I can't remember. It might have just been just the ending. Then you got covers by Mike Deodato Jr. And then here is miniseries Doom War this is number 2. I have number 1 somewhere else. But we got covers by JR. This has Doctor Doom and Black Panther along with the X-Men. Actually, was it quite a few other people? There might have been, but I know Doctor Doom and Black Panther were at the front of this. And then, so that's number 3. And then this fantastic variant here, number 4. I should love this cover. I remember thinking I have to find this cover because it's so dope. I don't remember who did it, but I just needed it. And I ended up finding it. I was like, yes, because it's so cool. And here is number 5, Deadpool. Number 6, again, number 1 is, I have no idea where that one is. It's another box somewhere else. And you got some Falcon action. There's number 1 in his limited series. I only have the first 2 issues of this one. I should go back and try to find those, unless I have them somewhere else. Oh wait, you know what? This was, there's number 2. I wonder if this, yeah, because it's sitting on here. This must be the series, the issue, or the mini series where it was believed he might have been a mutant. Because I think they tried to retcon it to say he was a mutant at one point, and then they got away from that. And I was like, no, that's not gonna work. So yeah, I think so. That's why that would explain the Sentinel there. And got some Ghost Rider action. There's number 9. Got this one because you got the X-Men appearing. So X-Men, Ghost Rider, yeah, check it out. Featuring X Factor and the Morlocks. And some later Ghost Rider. Here is Garth Ennis and Clayton Crane. At one point I was going to try to get a bunch of these, and I wasn't like going way out of my way, but if I found them, there was 2 miniseries. They were both 6 issues, I believe. Either this one was 6, maybe the other one, it was 5 or 6 issues. But Clayton Crane had these fantastic covers. Like, I always like his art style because it's this, like, organic, this very liquefied, I don't know, style. It's hard to say. But where is, I don't know. But like that, the Carnage series, like his style definitely works for symbiote. Like, it just works, period. But it looks great for symbiotes because of the kind of organic, liquefying look to it. So, Ghost Rider. And got some G.I. Joe action. Here is 23, Cobra Commander. Roadblock, one of my favorite Joes. And I don't know where that is. And then G.I. Joe 71, a real American hero. Got Zorana. And that should be Crazy Legs. Not quite sure that is. I want to say that is House of the Dreadnought. And then here is Incredible Hercules 132. It was actually Thor. They were doing something funky with it, with like numbering and all this stuff. But anyways, it's I just wanted this one because of the variant. It's like it's Marco and Helena Djurjevic. I don't even know how to pronounce her last name. They did this string of variants that were just absolutely gorgeous, and I had to have that. So I have a bunch of those way back, and I think there's still a few others that I didn't have, that I don't have. And here is Marvel 1985. So this one involves this kid who kind of gets sucked into the superhero world, and I'm trying to remember how it was, but it was like basing around stuff that like Marvel in the 80s. There's 3 again. I have number 1 somewhere. It's in another box. I wonder if I have them signed. I'm not sure. I doubt it. There's number 4. Got MODOK, Fing Fang. Wait, yeah, Fing Fang Foom, Doctor Doom, and there's number 5. Storm, Dazzler, Rogue, Spider-Woman, She-Hulk. That could be, I don't know if that's Wasp or not sure. And number 6, got some Cap, Black Suit Spider-Man, Hulk, Black Knight, and Iron Man. And another strong recommendation, Moon Knight. This issue, or this mini, or I think this one was a 12 issue series by Bendis Malieve, and that might be Matt Wilson. I'm not sure. There's number 1. This one was cool. Here's number 2. The other thing about this one, I think this was the series where they retconned his dissociative identity disorder, DID, and they just tried to make it. I forgot how they tried to do it specifically, but it was a strong run. So definitely, if you want some Moon Knight action, go check out this series. It was a 12-issue series. There's 4. There's 5. Like that cover. And 6. 7. 8. And I don't have the rest in here. And we're jumping over to Miss Marvel. I think this one just because it was tie into Civil War. And here's another one of those variants there. Miss Marvel 45. You get that one. Those are just so cool. Like I said, I have a bunch of those all over the place. I think I might have showed off the Wolverine one as well, but that one's one of my favorite ones. And then here is New Mutants number 7. This was part of Necrosha X storyline there. And New Mutants 8. I only got the New Mutants 4, or these few issues for that run. And then as it went into Second Coming, there is number 12. And number 13. 14, Rogue and Hope there. I think it was Adi Granov who did these covers. And then New X-Men. Again, I only got the issues that were tie-ins. I think I thought about getting the rest of this series, but I ended up just saying screw it. Yeah, going back to the 90s. Actually, let's get these guys out of the way here. All right, going back to the 90s. Some brawler action. Number 1, we got Night Thrasher, Kick Butt first issue. The red, you can kind of, I won't say holographic, but I guess you could. Yeah. Night Thrasher. And Night Watch, silver cover here. Guest starring the Amazing Spider-Man, now in his own ongoing series. Who's on this? Ron Lim, Al Milgram. And then, Salteris, I think it's Javier. And Shadowland, the actual miniseries. There's number 4, covered by John Cassaday, who I don't care for. And number 5, Ghost Rider on the cover. And Spectacular Spider-Man, number 197, I got just because of the crossover with the X-Men, or X-Factor. And here's 198. All Out Action Against Professor Power, and 199. So just that 3 issues. But I have picked up more, and I'm debating going back and picking up even more of it. We'll see. So I was really just kind of started adding stuff with appearances by villains like X-Men or some other villains. But now I'm like, I don't know, maybe. And my girl, Spider-Girl, Kraven's Next Hunt. This is part 4. This was a dope run, and if you like Spider-Girl, if you're interested in her at all, definitely go check that out. This was, oh my gosh, such a cool run. And there is number 5 and number 6 with my man Hobgoblin. And then we jump to all new, or Ultimate Comics, all new Spider-Man. So this is Miles Morales action. There's number 1. Number 2, you got Bendis and Pacelli and Justin Panzer. Oh my gosh, these books are fun. There we go. So there's 1. There's 2, 3, and 4. And jump to some X-Men, Uncanny X-Men action. Oh my gosh, this one's signed by everybody. So this one is the second printing variant for issue 500. I just had to get this one because the Dawson cover, as well as just Emma Frost and Angel against some Sentinels. You got Sentinels on the cover. I'm into it. So I got Greg Land, Matt Fraction. Who else is on this one? Terry and Rachel Dotson there. So that one tagged up. And then this cover here, 501 signed by Fraction. Did I get no land on this one? But this one was after Pixie, who's such a dope character. She got attacked, and she was attacked and beat up outside of, I forgot where she was though. But yeah, I weren't having that. And then here's 502 signed by Fraction. 503 signed by Greg Land and Matt Fraction. I have there's a sketch cover of that one that is, I think it might be a Diamond exclusive. That one is, I do have that one signed. And I think it's actually, oh no, it's not signed by Land. It's just, that was Fraction writing Geno on that. I think that was just with the rest of some other signed books that I haven't slipped back into my collection yet. And then here's another one, 504. Got some of the Fabulous X Ladies. It's signed by Fraction, Terry, and Rachel. And another one, 505. Signed by the same three. And 506. Dr. Nemesis over there. And then this cool Colossus cover. Signed by those three again. And another Fraction signed book, 508. And then this cool Greg Land cover of Psylocke and Revanche. Just signed by Fraction. And here is 510. Lady Deathstrike there in her cool. I like that costume that she has. Her one of her modern costumes. I don't know how many she has, but. And 511. Again, a bunch of these signed by Fraction. 512. Yeah, I remember seeing I've met Fraction a bunch of times. And I was taking a bunch of his Uncanny X-Men stuff. Was that 513 and 514, 515, and this Magneto cover, 516. People always talk about Greg Land and like tracing and like the porn faces, but honestly, I don't think Greg Land's that bad. I like Greg Land more than a lot of other popular artists that people seem to love. I don't think he's that bad. There's 517, Nation X. 518. You got Beast here. 519. 520. Wolverine, Psylocke, and Phantom X. 521. Magneto, levitating, and meditating. 522. And then 523 as we get into Second Coming, which was cool. Again, a bunch of these all signed by Fraction. 524. 525. And there is a variant of this one with Cyclops and Nightcrawler after Nightcrawler gets killed. I have that one, it's a dope cover. I have that one signed, so that one's in another box. And we finish it up with Widowmaker #1. This one was a cool miniseries with Black Widow and Hawkeye. And yeah, Mockingbird in here as well. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Or 1, 2, 3. And then here's 4 with it's covered by Phil Noto. The only thing I didn't like about this was it was a 4-issue miniseries, but you had 2 different sets of creator teams just on 4 issues. So like 1 and 3 done by McCann, the Lopez's, and Fairborn, and then 2 and 4. Look at this. So that was the only thing I didn't like about it, was just a change up, but you got a cover by Jai Lee, I think, yeah, for 1 and 2. Phil Noto, and this one should be Phil Noto as well. I don't know what the hell was even going on with that, but then this one actually stemmed out of the previous Black Widow series that was an 8-issue run. I talked about the first 5-issue arc of that one, and then the next 3 issues is what kind of led into this miniseries there. So yeah, that is that. This one kind of ran on longer than I anticipated, but I just want to show off a bunch of cool stories, take a trip down memory lane, and just a whole lot. Most is all Marvel stuff, so we're just kind of all over the place. Tons of different titles, tons of characters, creators, and stories and memories here. Whew. A lot of good reading in this one. Some not so good, but mostly pretty good. And then got some 90s stuff in there mixed in as well. So yeah, I just like doing this because it's just fun to give you an idea of just some of the stuff I've read, as well as just another idea of my reading taste. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed these. Let me know what you think and what you would be interested in seeing in the future. Yeah, also let me know what you've been reading. Because I'm always just curious what the hell is going on, what you've been reading, and especially in these pandemic times. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Happy reading, happy hunting, happy collecting. This is GENOTHADRAGON saying thanks for watching and peace out.